Greetings everyone, and welcome to another Star Trek Online review, where today I will be talking about kit modules. I've been wondering for a while about doing a review on kit modules, and it should be noted that this introduction will probably be out of date within a matter of months, especially with the winter event just around the corner and the continuing Star Trek Online special events, which are ongoing throughout the year and next year and the year after. Anyway, so what are kit modules and what do they do? Well, a kit module is an inventory item that grants the user a special ground ability while equipped. These abilities range from heals to force fields, stasis fields, holographic soldiers, turrets, buffs and debuffs, as well as providing us with some cool in-game ground effects. So far I've managed to identify just over 358 Star Trek Online kit modules, and that wasn't an easy task, I can tell you. And I'm sure I may have missed some, but if I have, let me know. Kit modules can be obtained from a variety of in-game sources, and I'll attempt to list them for you. First are the fleet modules, which, as the name suggests, can be obtained from your fleet bases. Colony modules, again, as the name suggests, can also be obtained from your fleet colony, as long as your fleet has completed the required tiers. Lockboxes are another source to obtain rare kit modules, but this can be a gamble and also requires you to purchase keys. Summer and winter events can also feature new modules, and these are purchased with the appropriate winter or summer event currencies. Next up are the special event kit modules, which Star Trek Online introduced throughout the year. These events require you to complete certain in-game tasks over a number of days and give you the option of buying your prize, which is discounted by how many days you have left to complete the event. Next are the reputation kit modules, which are obtained through your in-game reputations tab. These carry a cost in reputation marks, dilithium experience and your reputation's special fraction item. Finally, we have in-store dilithium kit modules, which include intelligence, command, temporal or miracle worker flavors. To purchase these through the dilithium store, you need to have gained specific points in each of the above disciplines, as well as having a dilithium cost to them as well. Now, I know I said previously that was the final one, but there is another one which I actually forgot to mention, and that is the exchange. But again, the amount of EC you will pay for a kit module on the exchange will depend on how popular and effective that particular kit module is, as well as its rating. Kit modules are a valuable in-game tool which are designed to help you with your ground combat experience, which can be used in a multitude of ways. Common kit modules include tactical, science or engineering, and these are tied to your individual character's speciality. By the way, just be mindful when you're buying winter or summer event modules, and don't do what someone did and buy a tactical kit module only to realise that they had a science character. Well, yes, that rather did annoy me, but anyhow, moving on. If any chance you feel trapped by your character's individual speciality modules, then feel free to broaden your spectrum of ground combat, and you could try this by obtaining universal kit modules, which offer you more flexibility in your ground combat. Now, given there are hundreds of these kit modules to go through, it simply would not be practicable for me to go through every one of them, as you'll all end up asleep before my review is finished. That's assuming you are all still awake, of course. You are still all awake, I take it. Well, let's hope. Right, having covered the basic kit modules in Star Trek Online, I thought I would now look at some kit modules which I use, and they're in no particular order. So beginning with the engineering kit module Chronoton Mine Barrier. Engineering kit module Chronoton Mine Barrier is a kit module which can be used by engineering players. Ultra rare versions can be acquired from the fleet spires with unlocked operation facilities. Kit module mark depends on the level of said facilities. Chronoton Mine Barrier deploys 5 mines in front of you. Mines explode when hostiles get close, dealing kinetic damage with a slow effect. You can have up to 2 sets of mines active at one time, and damage from the explosion particularly ignores shields. I find this a particularly effective module, especially when dealing with Borg drones. And if you can manage to figure out where they're going to spawn, yes, mine the area effectively. Moving on to my next kit module, which is the Cloaked Mine Barrier. The Cloaked Mine Barrier can be used by engineering players, and it can be obtained from the Gamma Task Force. The Cloaked Mine Barrier creates 5 cloaked mines for 60 seconds. Mines take 4 seconds to arm. Armed mines detonate on enemies within 1.5 meters. This delivers a 297.6 kinetic damage with a 50% shield penetration. The initial mine detonation spawns another cloaked mine nearby, and it has a 30-second recharge. This is a particularly useful kit module in conjunction with the Chronoton mine barriers, and again, when used with Borg drones, if you can manage to figure out where they're going to spawn, you can create another effective barrier to deal with the Borg. Moving on to my next engineering kit module, and this is the Cryo Mine Barrier. The engineering kit module Cryo Mine Barrier is a kit module which can only be used by engineering players, and it can be acquired from the Winter Event Reputation store. The Cryo Mine Barrier deploys 5 mines in front of you. Mines explode when hostiles get close, dealing cold damage with a slow effect. Additionally, the exposure to near absolute zero temperatures causes targets' personal shields to become brittle, resulting in the shield taking additional damage for a short time. You can have up to 2 sets of mines active at one time, and damage from the explosion particularly ignores shields. It should also be noted that the Cryo Mine Barrier cannot be equipped if you already have an engineering kit module Chronoton Mine Barrier in the kit module slot. It can be upgraded using the Ground Tech upgrade or Universal upgrade tokens. The Cryo Mine Barrier delivers cold damage, which gives 50% shield penetration and minus 50% run speed for 12 seconds, increases damage to shields by 30% for 12 seconds. And moving on to one of my personal favourite tactical kit modules for the screen effects, and this is the Magmatic Deployment. Now, I couldn't find much information on Star Trek Online Wiki about this, but I can assure you can still obtain it from the Ryzen Summer event. This kit module calls in a drone which does a bombing run of magmatic eruptions. This drone will fire explosive lava projectiles in a line, dealing severe fire damage and leaving the target area smouldering after. Targets foes within 30.48 meter range, and it has a 1 minute recharge. Deploys a drone forward for 18 meters and creates 5 magmatic eruptions, which deal 275 fire damage, 22 fire damage every 0.5 seconds for 10 seconds. This is particularly a good kit module when used in conjunction with The Floor is Lava, which we'll come back to later on. Next up, and one of my personal favourites as tactical kit modules go, and this is the Graviton Spike. The Graviton Spike is a kit module which can only be used by tactical players. It can be acquired from the Summer Event Reputation store for 1000 low-Hz favours. The Graviton Spike enhances your weapon fire with charged graviton particles to generate a singularity on impact. Enemies caught in the singularity's range are subjected to kinetic damage as they are pulled towards it. While the singularity dissipates almost instantaneously, residual gravitons slow the movement speed of affected enemies for a short duration. Moving on now to another one of my personal favourite kit modules, and this is a science kit module, and this is Cold Fusion Flash. Cold Fusion Flash is a kit module which can only be used by science players, and it can only be acquired from the Kelvin Timeline lockbox. You may even find this on the exchange. Moving on to my next science kit module, Exothermic Induction Field, and in conjunction with Cold Fusion Flash, this can be a pretty effective couple of consoles to use. The Exothermic Induction Field is a kit module which can only be used by science players. Ultra rare version can be acquired from Fleet Research Labs with unlocked research facilities. Kit module mark depends on the level of said facilities. The Exothermic Induction Field creates a violent thermodynamic reaction at the target, causing an immediate blast of fire damage around the target. The reaction ignites a large area of the area, dealing fire damage to all nearby. All damage from Exothermic Induction field particularly ignores shield. Next up is another science kit module, and this is the Seismic Agitation field. The Seismic Agitation field is a kit module which can only be used by science players. It can be acquired from the Summer Event Reputation store for 1,000 Lowhurst favours. Science Captain can repurpose Riser's terraforming technology to create a localized seismic event under their targets. The seismic waves deal kinetic damage to targets with the event and a chance to cause enemies to lose their footing. Moving on now to my next kit module, which is a recent acquisition and is fast becoming very popular in my armoury, and this is the Universal Kit module, The Floor is Lava. The Universal Kit module, The Floor is Lava, is a kit module which can be slotted into the module slot unrestricted by a character's career, and it can be acquired from the Summer Event Reputation store. The Floor is Lava creates a patch of lava in an effective area, dealing significant fire damage and spawning magma geysers, or geysers even, which deal significant fire damage and knocking affected foes into the air, and I've seen that and it can be quite effective. And last but not least is another of my personal favourites which I've newly acquired this year, and this is the Universal Kit module Ball Lightning. Universal Kit module Ball Lightning is a kit module which can be slotted into the module slot unrestricted by a character's career, and it can be acquired from the Summer Event Reputation store. When this ability is activated, careful manipulation of the electrical charges in the atmosphere creates 4 separate insects of ball lightning that race around wildly, causing severe damage to any that get in its way. This is another one of my particular favourite kit modules, as it has some really cool screen effects. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this somewhat brief overview of kit modules, which is not by any stretch of the imagination as comprehensive as I would have liked it to have been. However, I hope this brief overview has whetted your appetite to look at the advantages of having effective kit modules in your armoury to aid you in your ground combat. As always, this small selection of kit modules which I have presented to you today is only my personal selection, and if you can recommend any better ones, then let me know in the comments below, as we can all benefit and share from your experiences. As always, thank you for tuning in to my channel, and please, if you haven't already done so, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So, until next time, this is JeSter, signing off.